What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about Tomb Raider Underground, which was released for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, Nintendo Wii, and the DS and stuff by Eidos Interactive and Crystal Dynamics. And now this game is the last game in the Tomb Raider franchise where uh, Eidos Interactive pretty much made the game, you know what I'm saying, prior to Square Enix buying the franchise and stuff. And this game also serves as a sequel to Tomb Raider Legends and stuff like that. Now, pretty much the plot of the game is that Laura is looking for this one mythical city called Avalon, hoping to answer the question as far as her mother is concerned, because she had disappeared while Laura was like 10 years old, 11 years old, somewhere in there, you know what I'm saying? And one thing you would notice is that with the beginning cutscene of this particular game, you will see some of the cutscenes from Tomb Raider Legends. One of one of the aspects of the final cutscenes that you will see from Tomb Raider Legend is Laura asking this one chick, I think her name is Angie or something like that, where she told Laura where her mother was. It was that place called Avalon, and it's pretty much surrounding the tale of like King Arthur and stuff like that. And this is also the one place that her father was looking for before he got killed. You know, Now, pretty much there's of course, the main menu where you got new game, load game, game options, save game, audio, visual, extras, and resume game. Now, of course, new game is where you create your profile, start from the beginning and stuff like that. Of course, you can load, you can save the game anytime you want to. It's something that I like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait like 30 minutes or an hour to get to the next save point like you do in some games and stuff like that. And of course, you pick up where you left off at in the load game and stuff like that. Um, and as far as resume game, it's pretty much when you press the button to on resume game, it functions much like the load game, but if you're if you press go to resume game while the game is paused, you're not going back to the last save state. You just go back to where you was, where you like died and stuff like that. Now, pretty much the extra consists of like trailers and credits, storyboards, concept arts, like pretty much like for characters, environments, and gear and stuff like that. Now, as far as the gears, concept art, storyboards and stuff like that, you pretty much unlock all that stuff just by playing the game. You know what I'm saying? I guess you gotta get like certain treasures to unlock certain like storyboard concept, character concept, and stuff like that. Now, the pretty much the trailers and credits and stuff are like cutscenes from the game, and you view the credit where you view the people who worked on the game and stuff like that. Now, pretty much the game options have your typical stuff like the combat recluse, helper button, and training text. You're allowed to cut those things on and off and stuff like that. But of course, most people like keep it on so they don't pretty much bother with that and everything. Now with the audio visual, you pretty much have like the volume setting, display setting, and subtitles. Of course, with the volume setting, you're controlling, you turning up the turning up or down the volume for the music and the sound effects and stuff like that. With with the of course with the display, you're controlling how bright you want the screen to look and the contrast. Of course, you can turn the subtitles on and off, self-explanatory. Now when Laura is going through different areas, Laura will use like the personal data assistance to check like for area information, sit cam, inventory, and the field assistance. Pretty much the area information pretty much consists of the different treasures that you pretty much collected and how many you collected so far in a particular area. Some spots you like collect 7 overall. Some places like 6, depending on where you're at. Now the sit cam will show you just a certain number of like camera angles in a certain section. You know what I'm saying? Like this one place with the giant squid, they'll show you like 5 or 6 different camera angles on that. And pretty much the inventory will show you like the backpack, what's in the backpack, the gear and weapons and stuff like that. And the backpack will have anything that you collect in terms of the treasure. You know what I'm saying? And it will be like various like artifacts and stuff like that. Now the gear will be pretty much stuff like the grapple, utility like scuba gear and the PDA and stuff like that. Now the weapons, as far as the weapons are concerned, of course, Laura will have her dual pistols and a couple of grenades, which are her like default weapons and stuff like that. But she also can get other weapons like assault rifles and shotguns and stuff like that that will help her out. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the field assistance, and what happens is that if you want to look at a specific hit, if you're stuck, all you have to do is press a specific button to reveal a specific hit. You know what I'm saying? And and the hit may or may not help you out depending on where you're at and stuff like that. Now, you're one of the like different enemies that can be consist of like either like animals or people and stuff like that. So that's about it as far as that. Now, as far as the graphics and design for for Tomb Raider Underground, it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Has some decent color palette, decent lighting, stuff like that. Now the gameplay, for the most part, is pretty good. That's the combat gameplay is pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? And the getting to a higher platform for the most part is pretty straightforward. But the main flaw I have with the gameplay is more or less the grapple in certain spots. If you use it, you can't like best way to put it is like if you in there's certain sections that you if you go up and try to swing, then try to swing to a specific platform, you might inadvertently let go of the one thing you use to grapple on, and you can pretty much like fall to your death or something like that, stuff like that, and it can be like kind of aggravating when using a grapple sometimes, you know. Now the soundtrack is pretty good, you know what I'm saying, probably like the best part of Tomb Raider Underground and stuff like that. And pretty much there's other flaws that I had that I've noticed with Tomb Raider Underground besides the grapple. And one of them is the camera angle, in my opinion. And that to me is kind of like that's the biggest flaw in the game. In my opinion, it's kind of like it's really like problematic, especially if you're trying to get to like a higher platform because it's going to be hard to see which way where you have to jump to next. And if you don't adjust it, you can like it's really easy to die if you don't change the camera angle and stuff like that. Some of the puzzle solving is like it's kind of a hassle too, mainly because when you're trying to complete some of the puzzles, it's kind of like it's kind of hard to see where to kind of get. It's kind of hard to see the next platform. Not necessarily hard to get to see the platform, the next platform to get to it, but it's getting to that platform is a hassle. You know what I'm saying? Get to that next platform is a hassle. Is what I'm trying to say. Now, pretty much Tomb Raider Underground to me, I think it's one of the reasons why Square Enix rebooted the Tomb Raider franchise to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the flaws that exists in it. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the main reason, but a lot of stuff in it is kind of a headache with the grapple, the camera angles, and some of the puzzle solving and stuff like that. Those aspects ended up being disappointing to me. You know what I'm saying? So Tomb Raider Underground is definitely not the best game in the Tomb Raider franchise, but it's not all bad either. You know what I'm saying? Now, pretty much, it's kind of hard to recommend it to anybody that's a Tomb Raider fan, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it as the first game that you should play in terms of getting into the Tomb Raider series. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the flaws that I mentioned. As far as the score, definitely give it a 6 out of 10 and everything because the game could have been better, but like the camera angles, some of the puzzle solving elements are kind of a headache and hassle, and the grapple is kind of like hard to ignore. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Tomb Raider Legend, not Tomb Raider Legend, but Tomb Raider Underground. But you can mention Tomb Raider Legend if you want to. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.